Every year there's always a book or two that stirs controversy. This year on February 11th, when it hits shelves, Grasshopper Jungle will surely be one of those books. It's by Andrew Smith, who's one of my favourite YA authors. His books are just, gold. Why? Because it's different, it's unusual. People just aren't used to this sort of storytelling in young adult. They're not used to a male teenager main character constantly and repeatedly stating how horny he is every 2 pages. That's an exaggeration, but you get the picture. That's what people will find most uncomfortable about this book. Maybe I should tell you a bit about what Grasshopper Jungle is and what you could expect if you do intend to pick it up. Austin Zerba, S-Z-E-R-B-A, is obsessed with history. He feels as though the histories and events of the past that have been recorded are quite inaccurate and incomplete. So in Grasshopper Jungle, Austin recounts the tale of his great-great-grandfather, Chris Zerba, and his immigration from Poland to America, and then everything else that leads on from that decision of his great-great-grandfather to Austin's present and his birth. Simultaneously, Austin recounts the present history of when he and his gay best friend Robbie stumble upon and reignite this experiment from decades before. And as a consequence, Ealing, Iowa, their small town, becomes overrun by 6 feet tall praying mantises, which are hatched from various citizens and people that they know, which really only do 2 things throughout the novel: eat and fuck. While all that goes on, Austin also becomes confused about his sexual identity. He loves Shannon, his girlfriend, who he's been with since 7th grade, but he also has these feelings for his best friend, Robbie. So it's a perfect novel, it's got a lot happening in it. You just have to think about it. You can't read this book and just list basic likes and dislikes of what's there physically on the page. I would much prefer to read reviews that think thematically about a book or about the ideas and concepts inherent throughout, because I find those much more interesting. And Grasshopper Jungle is one of those that you have to think about. You have to think about how Andrew Smith, or why Andrew Smith, wrote the book this way. Grasshopper Jungle is one of those special books, which if understood correctly, you would gain a better appreciation. Grasshopper Jungle is structured flawlessly, and Andrew Smith's writing is a perfect fit for Austin's voice, his thoughts, his narration, and his obsession with history. Phrases, words, and descriptions are repeated over and over throughout the novel, but that is the whole point of it. Austin wants to be accurate, he wants to be detailed, and you have to understand that. But it's not only that historical aspect that the writing captures really well, but it's also that true essence, that confusing and tough reality of being a male teenager. I do go on a little tangent about this on my written review, which you can check down in the description bar below. I was pointing down below but off camera, but down below you can check out my written review. I gave this book 5 stars. It's not everyone's cup of tea, it's definitely not, but it's different and unique and you have to check it out. I'll leave it there, and yeah, go ahead and read my more detailed review on my blog, because I actually prefer that written review over this video review that I'm giving you now. February 11th, this book hits shelves in the US and UK and Australia, and yeah, it's fucking awesome.